This is the first time that I've gotten cabbages to head, so I'm super excited to harvest these today. I'm gonna have to really seriously think about it, because if I have to add lifting and toting and all of that to transplanting into vertical planters, regular containers are way easier. Hello everyone, and welcome to Angel's Peaceful Garden. I am a beginner gardener in Gardening Zone 8B in Texas, and today I am going to be doing some harvesting. We're going to take a look at a few things in the garden that I'm excited about. We are finally going to get to reset the Dollar Tree vertical planters. So let's get started. We are over here in the back garden bed where I have my cabbages. And this is the first time that I've gotten cabbages to head, so I'm super excited to harvest these today. I have one that I already harvested here. I already took the head out of this one, so I'm just going to take the rest of the leaves out, and then I'm going to pull this head and this back head right here. So I've never gotten one to this point. I mean, I did try cabbage in the fall, but it was not successful. It did not head. Well, we ate the leaves though, and they taste just like greens. So I encourage you, if you are not getting a head, go ahead and harvest and don't put it in the trash. Cook it just like you would greens, and there's no difference. It's really good. Same thing with broccoli leaves. There we go. I cut the whole thing out. I was going to see if I wanted to wait and leave the stalk in there, because you can try to get smaller heads off of the stalk, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I can plant something else in this space, so I don't think I'm going to do it. But let's see. I'm going to take some of these outer leaves off. So there's the cabbage. It's like a small head, but hey, first time, I think we did a good job. I think we did a good job. There we go. Here's the second one. There are so many birds singing out here today. It's just beautiful. I'm going to take some of this oregano that we have right here. There's a lot of it, so I'm just going to cut it back. I've been running my dehydrator with the onions that we harvested on the last video, and I got probably 3 full containers already of onion powder, but it's good, so we don't have to buy onion powder for a while. I never thought that I'd be able to get this oregano to grow like this, because I struggled last year with herbs, but these are doing very well. I'm also going to get some of these collard leaves to add in with the cabbage and make a pot of greens. This bed really needed to be harvested. This is crazy. Here is oregano taking over in the next. I planted it in this one. It jumped all the way to this side of the planter. I'm not mad at it though, because I'm wanting to try to make some Italian seasoning, and I'm going to use this oregano, some of it, to do that. Also, I'll be able to see any pests damage, because before I couldn't see anything in here. It was just way too overgrown with the cabbages and the collards back here. So now we can see, and we can replant some things in these back 3 containers. We're gonna make our way over to the broccoli now. I've got some broccoli that I got a head in spring, and I am super surprised. Definitely gonna grow more broccoli next spring. It's not a very big head, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it because it looks like it might be opening up, and it's still edible when it is opening, but I want it to be super tasty. I want it to be really, really tasty. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it now. I'm gonna cut above the florets that are forming. Here's the broccoli. Right here we've got a summer squash, I believe. And I'm just going to twist this one. There we go. There is another one that looks like it's forming, so I wanted to get this one off. I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a summer squash. I don't see my label, but it's the very first one. We've got cabbage leaves. We've got 2 heads of cabbage, broccoli, oregano, summer squash, and collards. That's the harvest for today. All right, everybody, I started the reset for the vertical planters. I already transplanted a bunch of things, and I'll show you what I've been doing, but I just didn't want to bore y'all with all of the minute details. But I got to this kale here, and I wanted to show you how root bound they are. You see all of the roots. So I'm hoping that if I kind of pull it apart a little bit, that this will survive when I transplant it. But I already have a lot of kale in the garden, so I don't necessarily need this plant. I just don't want it to die. But this is why I'm doing this reset, because I have things that have been in here for a while. They're way too big for the 5-inch pots, and so I am moving them to give them more space so that they can get bigger and we can have a larger harvest off of them. I am going to put this kale in this Dollar Tree container. I've been using it for a while and it works pretty well. It's deeper than the vertical planters for sure, so I think it'll do okay. I also am removing this deal from the pots. I already put some in another area. The reason why I'm moving this is not because the pots weren't deep enough. It's because the sun over here, it's too much for them. I'm gonna put them in the cattle panel underneath the shade cloth so that they can get a little bit more shade. In this hole, I'm gonna put bone meal, blood meal, and I'm not using any particular kind of bone meal or blood meal. I'm just using these because they were cheap. I'm going to pull these roots apart a little bit just so they know they have a larger space to grow into. And I just planted that at the same level that it was. Now I'm going to make a hole for half of this deal, and I'm going to put half in here and half in the other container with the other kale. I'm pulling off some of these dead white leaves. I'm going to get this kale out of here. As you can see, they are difficult to get out when they get to this size. So if you do kale in these Dollar Tree containers, take them out when they become starter plants. Start them off as a seed, yes, but don't leave them in here too long. It's not big enough. Now the air conditioner went off, but somebody's playing some music loud, so it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. I live in the city. I don't live in the country, so this is what we have to work with. Y'all might not even be able to hear it because I do have my noise canceling piece on, but it's disturbing my peace right now. I want to be that old lady to say, turn that music down. Oh, that's gonna be me one day. That day may be tomorrow. Thank goodness they turned it off. There we go. I was like, what is that brown stuff? It's just the pine bark mulch that I have in those containers. I was like, I might have to throw this away for a second. Okay, this is what I'm telling y'all I'm pulling off. So all these little burnt leaves, I'm just trying to pick them off, give the plant a chance to recover. I'm gonna go water these in, and then I'll show you guys what I was doing off camera. So over in the back bed here, I amended the pots after I harvested this morning, and we have added kale. We added some kale there, and as you can see, that is where we took the cabbage out of. And I did come through and look for what is creating these holes. I found some little green bugs on the backs of some of these leaves, and so I am going to treat them with dead bug, and I'm also going to continue to look for those bugs now that I can see them a little bit better. Y'all see this eggplant? We had a flower. Yeah, we have a flower right here. It is a male flower though, so, but this is doing very, very well. Very proud of that eggplant. And I told y'all I wanted to show y'all something else. I was so excited this morning when I came down here and I saw my first tomato. I'm so excited. I am super excited. We have the first tomato growing. It is right there. We have lots of blooms everywhere, so hopefully we'll start seeing a lot more fruit set, because I do have blooms going on most of the tomatoes now. Hopefully we will start seeing a lot more tomatoes. Okay, up here, y'all see I'm working with a mess right now. I got everything pulled out because I wanted to see how many empty pockets I had. I've already separated a lot of the bunching onions that I had down here, right here, that I need to find a spot for, but that's not too bad. I do have a couple more large ones here. Well, all three of these probably need to be transplanted somewhere else, so I will need to find a spot for those. But I separated these into their own spots. All of these pots up here have been done. I moved this vinca from the container that the subscriber brought me into here. These two I transplanted from other Dollar Tree spots, along with this one and that one. I'm going to line all of these Dollar Tree containers up on this wall because I did decide to buy another raised bed, and I'm gonna put it right here. So I think it's gonna need a little bit more space, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to continue to have this area here have planters at all. But I'll have to look and see how the space looks after I finish. I got a huge mess I'm working on right now. So I'm gonna bring y'all back after I finish transplanting a few more things, and I'll let y'all see the finished product. I know I told y'all I wasn't gonna bring y'all back until I was done, but things just got real crazy. I started doing this and got to a point and realized I still had 8 empty pots. So I had to think about it, figure out what I was gonna do, and what I decided was these planters that are on the front of the cattle panels are going to have to come off anyway, because the morning glories are starting to grow up the cattle panel. So I am going to take all of the vinca out and put them in here, since they are, for some reason, most of them are the lighter leaf color and they don't seem to be doing well in there. Plus I have so many zinnias that are in these planter boxes anyway that they're going to overtake these vinca. So I am going to use those vinca in these pots. I'll bring y'all back after it's done. All right, everybody, here is the finished product. I think I like it. I think it looks pretty good. We've got vinca and mostly herbs. I got chives and parsley, oregano, some baby choy, beets, and buncheon onions. There are still some buncheon onions in here that need to come out, as you can see, but I ran out of time because it looks like it is getting ready to storm. All right, everyone, that's the end of the video for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to end it before I get rained on. This turned into more than I thought it was going to be, and this has changed my mind because I was just about to order some green stalks before I figured out that I needed a new raised bed. So I'm gonna have to really seriously think about it, because if I have to add lifting and toting and all of that to transplanting into vertical planters, regular containers are way easier. Grow bags are way easier. Raised beds are way easier. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that, y'all. I do like the look of them, so I really am gonna think about it. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you'll come back and visit me. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you'll be notified when I put out new videos. And as always, until I see you next time, may the good Lord take a liking to you.